You're gonna want to go.
The first time I saw the violin was when I was in kindergarten at the Montessori school in Cobble Hill, and I saw my teacher perform. Her name is Carmit Zori, and I said to my mom, I want to do that.
This is where I went to preschool.
Oh, yeah.
And I started taking lessons with her. She lives a 7-minute walk away from our house. And so I started lessons when I was 4.5 years old.
Then I lied about my age, and then the rest is history.
Me and my mom had a little silent nod of agreement and decided I'm 5. And then I started taking violin lessons when I was almost 5 years old. I started Juilliard pre-college in my junior year of high school. I did it for junior and senior year. And at that point, I was really serious about pursuing violin as a career, so it didn't feel like a sacrifice really at all. I wasn't really the kind of person that was like partying on the weekends anyways, so I was like, why not spend a whole Saturday doing my favorite thing? It seems like a no-brainer. Seeing people that were better than me at their instrument was really inspiring, and I got to study with Catherine Cho at the Juilliard School. She originally was Itzhak Perlman's assistant, but then by the time I got there, she had just started her own studio. She changed everything about the way I approach music, the way I practice, the way I play the violin, and she taught me for 6 years. So I decided not to go to conservatory, which was kind of a unique decision, I think, among my peers at Juilliard pre-college. All of my peers went to Juilliard and Curtis or New England Conservatory, what have you. And I decided that I wanted to really focus also on language and French, which was one of my favorite subjects in high school. And I loved reading French poetry and French literature. And Kathy Cho said, I think it would be really great if you found a college nearby and then you could keep taking lessons throughout your undergrad. I have a lot of pieces that hold memories of certain times in my life. Mostly it's with which teacher I was learning it with, or a lot of the times the chamber music that I learned at a specific music festival over the summer. I'll remember, oh, I think I played that with these people, or when I was 16, I think I played this piece. I always remember learning chanson poème, and it was at the Perlman music program, and I was in a lesson with Itzhak Perlman, and I was playing it for him, and there's this one passage that's really difficult, and it requires you to really stretch your hand kind of to the ultimate limit. And I was asking him, like, is there a trick for this? Like, because I have really small hands. I was like, is there a way I can do this? And he just looked at me like he didn't understand the question, because he has these massive fingers that just can do anything on the violin. So that was a moment that I was like, okay, you and I are not cut from the same cloth. I have fond memories of learning Bach with my first teacher, Carmit. I learned all of the sonatas and partitas, and those are some of like my most treasured pieces that I still learn and still go back to and still play all the time. I think it's comforting to know that there's always room to grow. Pablo Casals, the great cellist, once said he was like 96 years old or something, and someone asked him like, why do you still practice? Because he was one of the greatest cellists of all time. And he said something along the lines of, because I think I can still improve. If you don't practice, you'll lose it, you know? And so sometimes it's, even if you feel like you've mastered a piece or something, there's always room for new interpretations of it. Maybe one day I'll come back to a piece that I learned when I was 17 and I'll play it in a completely different way. And that's like the beauty, I think, of what I do, is that like it's not set in stone.